I have a friend who is struggling to find a job in the design industry and feels her status as a returning mother looking for part-time job and with experience and a qualification in graphic design is hindering her chances. What advice would you give? Nikki, do you want to go first?
Oh, yeah, I feel you. As a returning mother who's part-time, even with a, partnership and people who very much support me, it's really hard. And you do feel like you're providing less and a hindrance to everyone else yourself. And then it's a really, back to that kind of two-pronged guilt that you feel. It's tough because you don't want your career shouldn't take a back seat because of the fact that you've had a child. And we are lucky we're in a position now where I guess the industry is moving on a bit more, and it's a conversation around parental care as opposed to maternity care or mother. The women shouldn't take that drop in their career. I'm saying that part-time, if your current employer, and I don't remember, Andy, whether you had a current employer who won't take you back, but I think you're job hunting. Interesting to look for part-time work it's interesting to look for that. Ask recruiters. Again, I would look at contracting or freelancing. There's a lot of work there. You can set your terms. You can say, I only work 3 days a week. This is how long it will take, and this is how much I will get. I know it doesn't give you that fixed safety in case you want to get into a job and get maternity leave next time, but it might give you more of a sense of self-worth because they will really appreciate your skills. You obviously have experience and skills, and you'll be able to dictate your terms. However, as a new mum, you also want to go back to work to have culture and people because you're probably sick of being stuck at home with a baby. And so if you do freelancing, see if you can go into their office, see if you can be part of their culture, be part of their team. Otherwise, I would talk to recruiters about freelance and contracting, especially creative recruiters. They are making new models and ways for people to work at the moment because the landscape is shifting and the need is shifting. So I would just put yourself out there and don't, again, we said, and you said before, it's like we inhibit ourselves because of our perception, and it's sometimes you think your worth has dropped because you're only offering 3 days, but you will end up working, providing the same solution because we fuck around most of the time for the other 2 days anyway.
Well, I was chatting with someone yesterday who said, you have to realize that what you've been doing for the last, year or however long you took off is incredible time management, incredible organization, like stuff that, you're now probably more productive than anybody else in the industry coming back in because you understand how to prioritize. There's so many skills that you learned during that time. I mean, and it is time to kind of use that as like, that's a weapon for coming back into the workforce versus others that, are just getting by. So I think that's worth remembering.
And I think, Nikki, that was really practical. Just one tiny flip is thinking about yourself as a designer who has kids rather than a mother who wants to design can sometimes be like just a massive paradigm shift as well. I think sometimes we can change our sense of who we are once we have kids. And I think you're allowed to actually have multiple identities. You're allowed to be good at work and be, the parent you want to be as well. So I think just watch the narrative that you've got around being a working parent as well.
Excellent.